This course, remember, is entitled Technical and Science Editing. Since most of your work in this course centers on your client projects, which are necessarily non-technical, I want to use an occasional lecture to bring our focus back to the title of this course. So one of the essentially scientific forms of writing is the research report. Here's an example from the British Medical Journal. This genre of writing is used by scientists to publish and disseminate their primary research. It's a form that is standard across all scientific disciplines. The form is introduction, methods, results, and discussion. Our task this week is to edit documents for style, by which we mean choices in words and sentence structures. However, we can't make decisions at this level of writing until we have an understanding of the document's purpose and audience. So here's an example of a research study that was published in the British Medical Journal. And notice that it has a multi-author byline, which is quite common in most research is done by teams rather than individuals. And as you can see from the text, the emphasis is on the topic at hand, that is to say, a new scientific discovery, and not the author or the reader. And this emphasis connotes an objectivity or impartiality on the part of the authors that is reflected in choices in words and sentences. So, for instance, if we look at the methods section, the focus here is on the subjects of the study, and the procedures that they were subjected to. Notice that orphans are expressed in passive verbs, such as a baseline blood sample was taken through a venous line. As though the researchers themselves weren't even in the room at the time. Likewise, if we look down to the results section, here the authors report the results, but in a way that makes the researchers themselves almost invisible. For example, it says here, no skin problems were observed during the experiment. Another passive sentence construction. It's only in the discussion section where the scientists come out from behind the curtain, as it were, and refer to themselves in the first person and active sentence structures. For instance, here it says, we therefore conclude that the urban myth is just that, a myth. So, from this quick examination of a scientific research report in the INRAD format, you can see that for science and technical writing, that purpose, audience, genre, and style are all interdependent elements of an effective document.